What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to feature a Q&A session. So ever since I started this channel, my friend Morgan has wanted me to do a Q&A video, and I told her that once I hit 100 subscribers that I would go ahead and do it. A few weeks back, I hit the 100 subscriber mark, and I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate your guys' support, and I hope that you guys have learned something. I hope that this channel has added some sort of value in your guys' lives. And to celebrate, I'm doing a Q&A session video. I went ahead and asked people to send me questions just on Instagram, and I got a few responses, and I decided to write them down on this list, and I'm just gonna go through this list. It's pretty random. The first few questions are just like some general basic questions, and then the rest are rather random. These questions go over quite a few different topics, so hopefully you guys get to maybe learn some more about me, kind of hear about my life more outside of fitness as well. So without further ado, let's just get right into these questions. First one, how old are you? I am 22 years old and I turned 23 in April. How much do you weigh? I currently weigh 200 pounds. So I finally hit that 200 mark, I guess a week or two ago. How tall are you? I am 5'9" and 3/4. I really just say I'm 5'10". What's your favorite food? It's gotta be steak. I love steak. What's your favorite workout? I'm guessing like my favorite day, like what my favorite muscle group to hit is, and not just like my favorite exercise. I would have to say it's probably either between legs and chest. That's a tough one. Probably legs. I'd have to go with legs. Just by like a small margin though. What's your current split? I currently am on a 4-day split. I go and hit shoulders and arms on Monday, legs on Tuesday, chest and back Thursday, and then legs again on Saturday. So I take Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday off actually. And I've only been doing this for probably 3, maybe 4 months, and I actually really enjoy it. I have been prioritizing like recovery and eating, and once like I go into my lifts, I can put like full focus and effort on those days. So like when I was doing like 5 or 6 days, sometimes I felt like my energy levels or like just even like my mental focus like wasn't there on just some lifts. But now like I never feel that way. I feel like fully energized, ready to go, and like super excited to go hit like that lift that given day. How did you become interested in fitness? I've always been like active ever since I was a child. I was always participating in like sports, and I was always outside as a kid. So like I feel like I've always had like that aspect of like, you know, physical activity, exercise in my life, and I think it's just grown from there, and now it's kind of translated to working out, lifting in general. Who is your favorite bodybuilder? My favorite bodybuilder is definitely Tom Platz, the quad father himself. Okay, how do you find balance between fitness and other stuff in your life? Well, I think that you have to have some sort of like schedule and like kind of like plan for life, honestly. Like fitness is like in lifting is just kind of like a habit that's formed in my life. And I know that like right when I wake up in the morning, that's when I'm gonna go hit my lifts. And that's like a non-negotiable. That's such a high priority in my life. And once I'm done with that, that's where the other stuff takes place. You know, that's where the work gets done, the hanging out with friends happens, the other stuff that I do throughout the day. So I think like having a good schedule of when like things are gonna happen day by day is important, and that really helps you find that balance, because you don't want like one thing taking over your life completely. So finding that balance is good, and I think it just takes like some sort of plan, some sort of schedule to do that. What is the biggest obstacle that you've overcome? I'd say the biggest obstacle that I've overcome has been caring about what other people think, and like kind of just like going and doing like what society says is normal, and like kind of going against that. Not like going against that to the extreme or anything, but like I feel like during like high school and college, there were many moments where I would kind of just like do what other people were doing, do what was cool, do what was popular, and not really focus in on like what I really wanted. So I think getting over that obstacle, you just have to kind of become aware and conscious of like what your path is in life and like what your purpose is, and really figure out like what you want to do, like what you desire, and not just going through life unconsciously. What is your favorite vacation spot? I would say my favorite vacation spot is definitely Florida. I mean, I've been to a few different beaches in Florida. I'd say my favorite is probably Anna Marie Island. My buddy's got a place down there. It's really cool. Like, you can also go to like different areas, like up on the beach. You can go to Siesta Key. You can go to Longboat Key. So it's a really cool spot overall. What's your favorite memory from college? My favorite memory from college is probably when I got accepted to Delta as a co-op. It was something that it was like a goal that I set from the beginning of my college career, and I just worked on it for years. I started off just sending like cold emails to different people at Delta. I would just apply to like as many positions as I could, and I kept on getting declined. So after like 2.5 years of all that hard work, it finally paid off. Like, I went through the interview process and I got the role. And it was just very rewarding. I remember the moment that the lady called me like it was yesterday. So it was just a really, really good memory from college. How do you not let people making fun of you bother you? I'd say it kind of goes back to what I talked about a few minutes ago, like not really caring what other people think. I knew that once I like started posting fitness content that people were going to rip on me and make fun of me and whatnot. But I have a bigger vision. I believe in myself. I'm passionate about what I do. And I knew that there were going to be doubters. You know, there's always doubters in your life, but as long as you don't doubt yourself and you just believe in what you're doing, then you're going to be all right, and you're really not going to care what other people are saying. Who's your #1 fan online? There's this one random person that always comments on like pretty much every single video of mine. His name is Jay Murphy. So if you're watching this, Jay Murphy, I appreciate you. So yeah, he's definitely my #1 fan. What were your high school running PRs? So I ran cross country and track back in high school, and my PRs were, let me think. So for the 5K, my best time was a 17:01. For the 1600, I ran a 4:44. For the 800, I think I was a 2:05. And then for the 3200, I think I was a 10:12 or 10:13, something like that. So pretty mediocre times, but the running days were fun. They were good. How long have you had your friend group? So I've had this one friend group for quite some time. I've had a few friend groups throughout like high school and college, but like my current friend group, we've probably been friends since like freshman or sophomore year of high school. Why did you start creating content? So I actually had this like passion for creating content ever since the 7th grade. And I was really invested in this one dude. His name was Devin Williams. He did this YouTube channel called In the Lab, and it was like a basketball based channel. And I followed it pretty well. And I just like was really inspired by all of the like cool experiences that he had, all the places that he went through like creating content. So that like kind of like started my initial interest in creating content, but I was like 12, 13 at that time, so I really didn't like know what or how I wanted to go about it. Fast forward to 2022, when I first started creating content, I was really just interested in like documenting my journey and trying to help others as well. Fitness has done so much for me in my life, so I wanted to kind of give back in a certain way and try and help other people. And I started filming on my phone. I got a tripod, and now it's kind of just taken off from there. What is your favorite movie? I'd say my all-time favorite movie is Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. Do you have fun, or you just go to the gym and eat? Well, going to the gym and eating is fun for me, so yes, I do have fun. How's the bulk going? The bulk's going okay. I am starting to hit that point where I'm just kind of exhausted eating the high amounts of food that I am, and some things just like don't sound as good anymore. And like rice, like I've been eating tons and tons and tons of rice, and now it's just like, oh my gosh, like I'm not dreading the fact that I have to eat more rice, but just like I definitely have to find like more variety in my diet and switch it up a lot more, just so I can still get the same calories and macros that I need to get. And I'm definitely gaining some excess body fat that is not like, I'm not like upset about it or anything, but I'm like, all right, like it would be nice to get some shreds back. And I do think that, okay, this going into the next question, when are you gonna cut? I am going to start cutting in May. So no matter what I am, once May comes, that's when I'm gonna start cutting again. Why are your friends your biggest inspiration? My friends are definitely a big inspiration throughout my fitness journey. They definitely want the best for me. They, send me suggestions, like video suggestions and topics. They sometimes hop in on videos, we'll lift together. And we also do stuff outside of lifting too, which is nice because it goes back to like that balance aspect, having fun without just having the gym and eating is super important as well. So they definitely inspire me in those sort of ways. Okay, this question's good. If you could pick 10 exercises for the rest of your life, what 10 would you pick? That's a tough question. Let me think for a second. So for legs, I would do hack squat, leg extension, leg curls. For chest, I would do machine chest press. Probably do another one. I'd probably do cable flies. Back, I would do lat pull downs and machine low rows. I guess that's shoulders. I would do machine shoulder press. Two more. Biceps and triceps, I guess. I would do a preacher machine curl for biceps and then a triceps just cable push down. So that's 10. Cool. This one's kind of weird, so just bear with me. On a scale of 0 to 69, how messy are your dumps? A 50 would be considered a double flusher. So I'm guessing a 50 is pretty intense. I would say I would be like a 30. I mean, I definitely have my moments on the throne, but on average, I would say that they're pretty clean. I'd say a 30. When did you first start working out? So I started working out probably 7th or 8th grade. My dad introduced me to like weights, and I just did like very basic movements, super simple stuff. I really never even like focused on like pushing weight. It was more of just like doing the actual movements. And then I started lifting like in high school, like for like sports and everything. But I never really like understood, like I never was really like feeling like the exercises. Like I was just kind of going in, doing the machines or the exercises, but I wasn't like feeling it in my chest or feeling it in my back or whatnot. I was just kind of doing it, like just going through the motions. And then it wasn't until I'd say like junior, senior of high school where I like actually like focused in on it a little bit more, like kind of started a program, lifted with some buddies, taking a little bit more seriously. And then it was probably, I would say like a year or two into college, so about 3 years ago when I like really focused on it. Like I started taking it really seriously, started eating better. I stuck to a program, started learning like how can I take this to the next level and all that stuff. So that's kind of taken me to where I am today, and I just keep on learning, and everything's kind of like compounded from there to get me to where I am now. All right, so this is the last question, and it's what 3 pieces of advice would you give to your past self? So I'm just guessing that this is like advice I'd give to myself if I were starting the gym. And the first piece I would give is to eat more food, just eat more overall. There were times where when I was first starting off, I would eat like 2 eggs and a protein shake, and that's just not enough food if you want to build muscle. So first thing is to eat more food. Second piece of advice is to find a program and stick to a program. There were so many times when I first started lifting where I would just go about things randomly. I wouldn't really have any sort of like purpose or direction with what I was doing. So now that like I have a program and I've been sticking to this program for the long term, I've been able to build muscle a lot quicker, a lot more efficiently, and it's just a lot better of a process overall. I'd say my third piece of advice would be to be patient. Muscle building takes a lot of time, and really focus in on the tension, the flexing of the muscle, the squeezing of the muscle. Those are the things that matter the most and not just the weight. So I guess combine those two things, and that's my last piece of advice. And so that ends off all the questions. I hope that you guys enjoyed listening in on my answers. I hope that you guys may learn something new about me. I really do appreciate all my subscribers for subscribing and following along with my content. There will be a lot more content in the future, so continue to share, like, and comment on these videos. Definitely smash that subscribe button if you guys haven't already. Follow me on Instagram @BrendanRott. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.